Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. It's Wednesday and we have two expansions, Plunder yet again, and actually for that occasion I have triggered by a Reddit post actually. I've looked into the stats for the dailies for the different for the frequencies of the different expansions, and I will display them here in a sec. So we have a bit of an ugly plot. I didn't really put much time and effort into creating this, but here you can see how often at least one card of each of the different expansions has appeared. And indeed, Plunder is one of the most abundant expansions in the dailies. But I think that just has to do with the fact that Plunder has traits and events, so those can get rolled, and also on the Saturday or Sunday dailies. And yeah, overall, it just like Menagerie, it has 70 different card-shaped objects, so cards or um, things that are in the supply that can be rolled, and thus just has a slightly higher probability. I'm not sure how the single expansion or the dual expansion selection algorithm works, but I suspect it's also proportional to the amount of cards that are in the expansions. And yeah, I don't know. I thought you might be interested in this, in seeing this, so I booted it up to display it here. But anyways, let's cover this kingdom. And if you just came here to watch the daily, I'm sorry for the slight tangent, but yeah, this kingdom is not super pleasant in my opinion. Let's see. We have Border Guard, we have Border Guard is Sifter, Hideout for trashing, also Pickaxe for trashing. Hideout isn't great at trashing estates, but neither is Pickaxe. Yeah, Pickaxe at least gives you the one coin. Hideout just draws you a card and then gives you a curse for trashing the estate. There are a bunch of cards that can give you loot, like Cutthroat, Jeweled Egg. I believe there are also events. No, that was yesterday with looting. But yeah, Cutthroat, Jeweled Egg, and Pickaxe can give you one of the 30 or 15 different loots, of each of which there are two. And yeah, what is a bit restrictive here is the draw, as the only draw is Stowaway, really. And um, yeah, Stowaway is essentially just a moat next turn, just plus 2 cards next turn. But you can play it non-terminally if you or any player gains a duration card. And well, with Cargo Ship being around and Cutthroat and also other Stowaways being around, this is easily triggerable. And also Pickaxe can do in general, loots can be duration loots. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 out of the 15 different loots are duration loots, so you might even get some from there. Then we have Hideout as the village, as I said. Or I didn't say that. I said Hideout as the trashing, but Hideout is also a village. And Barracks also, you can buy it once and then you will have an extra action for the rest of the game. Fleet is somewhat interesting as it gives the owners, the people that buy Fleet, an extra turn at the end of the game, and that can be pretty substantial for acquiring a bit more stuff. Sculptor is really nice with Stowaway, as it gains the Stowaway to your hand and you can immediately react it. And yeah, I don't know. Improve doesn't look super enticing. Maybe we'll go for one to turn hideouts into something better later after we're done trashing. But yeah, I don't know. Sculptors can also gain jeweled eggs, which you can feed to hideouts, or sculptors can gain silvers to feed to pickaxes to gain loot to your hand. And yeah, this will also give you villagers, so you're not completely limited on that. Let's look at the kingdom plot. The kingdom plot, yeah, as I said, draw is super finicky here, and I think the stowaway split is rather important actually, as it really is the only draw apart from, well, you could get figurehead. Figurehead looks really good as a loot here. Start of your next turn, +2 cards, but it's essentially the same effect as the stowaway, but with 3 money tacked onto it. Because the draw is so tight, also Cutthroat as an attack card is rather important. And yeah, let's look at the kingdom plot once again. Yeah, village, hideout, barracks should be fine. And yeah, and generally for the game plan, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to trash out our starting cards as fast as possible using hideouts. And yeah, mainly hideout, I think, for that. We will try to put sculptors in our deck, which can gain us stowaways early, and then later on border guards and cargo ships to activate the stowaways. To facilitate getting going, we are going to open hideout cargo ship, I think. One could also argue for hideout border guard, but we would like to hit 5. And yeah, cargo ship does give you a decent chance of doing so, so that's pretty nice. And I think the 5-2 is actually much better here, even as with the Sculptor, you can gain a stowaway, directly play it, get to the end of your shuffle. And with the border guard, you also have a nice secondary thing to quickly get through the next shuffle, buy a hideout, and then get trashing that way. So yeah, that wraps up the opening discussion, and I would say we start with the game. We are going for hideout cargo ship. Nice, we see the hideout here. Now here, do we want to trash a copper or an estate? It's actually a really good question already. One could argue for just trashing copper to get the deck thinner faster, but also if we trash the estate, we could just buy a hideout. Yeah, this is a philosophical question, I guess. I'd say we go for a stowaway already. And we do hit 5 here with the cargo ship, which is really good. So we get to set aside a Sculptor for next turn, which will be able to activate 2 of those stowaways. Amazing. And that way we will get drawing rather quickly. We should even find the Sculptor, or we have a good chance of finding the Sculptor again. Amazing, we do. And now here, I think we just trash out twice. So we go for trashing here, or just once. Maybe the Sculptor wants to gain another stowaway. And then, yeah, let's try to get a bit of draw in for the next turn. Play this immediately and just set aside a second Sculptor or a Cutthroat. I think for now I'm fine just going for more Sculptor. Could also be a second hideout now. Actually, given the situation we're in with the actions and all of that, I think the second hideout is better, but this is just a gut feeling. Yeah, we're not particularly well trashed just yet. And I think right here we go for an estate trash actually. So yeah, this hideout did us maybe worse, maybe better than the Sculptor there. It's not, yeah, as I say, not super clear to me. But here at this point, we do have another stowaway in there. So if AI gains a duration card, we get to activate it. And also border guard hideout. So maybe here we can pick up a second Sculptor and should get away with that nicely. AI is trashing heavily, like really, really heavily. Like it has 9 cards left, 10 cards if you 11 cards if you count those. But it will get some good stuff in its deck with the jeweled egg, so yeah, it will ramp its payload using those jeweled eggs, whereas we might do so. Actually, I'm not sure how we'll ramp payload yet. We could also, at this point, just get a jeweled egg ourselves and trash that to the thingy. How does that look? I mean, what else do we have down there? Nothing all too great, so we could also just gain another Stowaway. There is the other Sculptor in there, so that might be an argument for just gaining a Border Guard. But I think I like the jeweled egg play, crack it immediately, get a loot in our deck, and we even find this Sculptor, and that's amazing. And that means that we can just gain a Stowaway, get drawing here, and set aside a Border Guard, I guess, to... Yeah, next turn we should gain 2 more Stowaways with the Sculptors, and that might be an indication that we should get a jeweled egg here to crack to the hideouts. Yeah, I think our draw right now should be alright. So let's go for that. It could be better trash, to be honest. Like our deck is still rather thick. Let's see what we draw here. Well, we do draw this, but maybe it's not the smartest to crack this egg, but I also cannot really resist the urge of cracking the egg. I don't know. Yeah, this should have been a Border Guard. We would have seen the other hideout, would have trashed a bit better. But oh well. I mean, how much money would this be? 3-8 money could just buy us another Stowaway. Yeah, let's crack it. And that's actually fine loot. So let's gain those 2 Stowaways as I promised. Can set aside one of these estates and just buy Cutthroat Stowaway, I guess. And be pretty happy about our position. Well, yeah, I still think the deck is rather on the thick side, but we are very far ahead in the Stowaway game, and at this point I think that's what matters. Here we just trash an estate and a copper, I guess. And yeah, we do not find the other Sculptor, which is a bit of a pity, but it's fine. We can just put in the other Stowaway. We can put in the other Stowaway down there, it's fine. And here I actually committed a mistake. I should have first played the Cutthroat to reduce AI's hand size, so actually it just has the 1 Stowaway, so it doesn't matter, but maybe, yeah, it is something to think about. Puzzle Box Shield is a nice loot combination. Sometimes you want to be puzzle boxing the shield even in the case of the absence of or in the presence of strong attacks. But here, as the AI doesn't have a cutthroat yet, we can not care about this. And yeah, let's buy this last Stowaway. As I said, I think getting this trashing going, this draw going is the most important thing here. And what do we want to buy? It could be a pickaxe that would get the cutthroat out of play, or it could be just 2 Border Guards. I think I slightly prefer the pickaxe also to get more trashing going. Doubloons is not the greatest loot here. Just the loot that comes with the gold, just because doubloons means that we will have an even thicker deck, and we already have a very thick deck. So actually now Sculptors might want to gain hideouts. It's nice that we got to pick up this 1 villager along the way. And yeah, I think I like just getting a hideout here. This Sculptor, on the other hand, could gain us a cargo ship, so we can activate all of the Stowaways. And we can play one of the cargo ships and pickaxe the other. Or is that too greedy? Do we just want to thin down right now? How much money is this? This is 6, 8, 11. AI got fleet and also barracks, but yeah, the piles are not that low yet, so we should be good on that front. I think we can go for the somewhat greedy play of pickaxing the cargo ship. And we do not want to set this aside, just stash away this. Now we have 14 and 3 buys, and this could be our first province and also fleet, I suppose. Province. Maybe we want to set aside something sensible, so... Or we just gained another hideout. How about a border guard, and the fleet can follow. But right now, yeah, our main thing is that we're still not fully trashed. So I like just putting in a few border guards that can skip through some junk, and let's see. But securing the stowaway split 8-2, I think, is super nice. And the AI, I mean, what is this deck? It's still like 11, no, it's 10 cards. Super thin, but it will suffer a lot from the absence of draw as soon as it has bought a few provinces. So now here, I think we pick up the stowaway, take the lantern. That's more valuable than the horn, I think, because we are drawing each turn anyways. Now this also should just be a stowaway, even though I would really love to pick up the pickaxe. Let's see. Maybe we just Sculptor for more border guards at this point. And oh, we even have the stowaway split 9-1. I didn't even know. Okay, I mean that's great. And let's pick up this pickaxe. I think then we can cutthroat first, and then gain this cargo ship to activate the stowaways. And now let's again just pickaxe the cargo ship for a prize gold, which can, I think, kill this estate. It's fine. Do we want to play something from the discard? Yes, actually we do. The puzzle box can give us essentially one draw for next turn, and now we can pick up fleet. Yeah, I think I like our position. We're ahead in points. As of right now, we've picked up fleet, and we have this one villager left. And we don't want to activate this stowaway just because we have 5 of them in play, and we don't want them to be all too unbalanced. So, yeah, and AI does lower the border guards. I don't know. It seems like it has given up somewhat. Now this turn, we might want to pickaxe one of the hideouts. I don't even know, what do we pick up? Let's pick up Sculptor to finish off the border guards, I guess. And yeah, let's just pick up one more border guard. This is not trivial. Do we pick up Sculptor here or just Stowaway? I think I like Stowaway best. And maybe we feed hideout to hideout, see what we draw. It's pretty much all good stuff down there. Yeah, that's fine. Now we might need to buy a cargo ship, but that's okay. First attack the AI like this. Then pickaxe the cargo ship again. Or do we want to just pickaxe the gold? I don't think it matters much. And actions, pickaxe the gold. for another orb, gain a loot, which we can set aside on the cargo ship for next turn. It was not a duration loot, unfortunately, so we will need to buy a cargo ship here, but that's fine. Get to react all of those, and not quite double province, but province, duchy. Can even pick up a jeweled egg, I guess, but or an estate, but really, let's just keep the deck slick and clean for now. And yeah, the game looks like it's about to end, especially if AI is lowering piles like this. It really doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know. My AI seems to have overtrashed and now is struggling to get anything going. Like, I did have that good plan of ramping up payload with jeweled eggs, but somehow this hasn't worked out. And is it buying the last hideout here? No, it isn't. Okay. Oh. It is trashing a stowaway to gain the last hideout. Wow. What a play, AI. I am truly impressed. Do we want to pick up the jewels or not? I think 3 money is as good as anything. We can, yeah, let's pick up the orb. The orb can play the other thing. Just skip through that. Now we don't need the stowaways in our hand anymore as the fleet turn is already active. And yeah, what do we even want to do with these sculptors? I guess we could get away with gaining one more duchy with improve. So let's play the hideout here. Trash a stowaway, I guess. Gain an improve. Play improve, and well, the sculptor might as well gain a silver. Get rid of this cutthroat. I think the AI is not going to be able to outscore us, so we don't really need to attack it here. Also, we have the sword to attack it somewhat. Well, Endless Chalice isn't the most exciting loot to get, but really it's fine. And then we can climb this, and I think we're even hitting triple province. Wow. Yeah, and AI has like no way of catching up to these 40 victory points. So, or even 43 victory points. Yeah, we got to have some improve fun. And wow, yeah, that worked out very nicely. I have to confess, this is the second time no, actually the third time I'm playing this. I had a quick go on the train today. But yeah, it's an interesting kingdom, not the most fun in my opinion, but if you know what to go for, like this stowaway split, then you might as well. I think you can win it pretty reliably against the AI. Yeah, in all of my playthroughs, AI skipped cutthroat. That might also be a nuisance, but still, even if you get cutthroat attacked, the main thing you want to have are those stowaways. Those are really important. We had 9-1, and yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, but I think one fact I forgot about the plot I showed you in the beginning. Let's see again. But this expansion frequency, I also looked at how many of those plunder kingdoms actually contained any loot, and only around 101. So 282 contain any plunder cards, and only 100 of them contained loot, which checks out, of course. But yeah, there have been people complaining about the overabundance of loot, and I don't know. Well, I guess 1 in 9 kingdoms having loot, the loot mechanic featured, is quite something, but really, yeah, not too much to complain about. Anyways, as always seems to happen towards the end of the videos, I'm starting to ramble, so I guess that's the end of the video here, and I'm saying goodbye, and I'll try to catch you in the next one. Until then.